To you live from Nostalgic Books and Comics in San Gabriel, California. This is Dre's Geek Philosophy, the Monday edition, the April 29th edition, the holy fucking shit, this weekend was fucking crazy if you're a fucking nerd edition. Holy fuck, this weekend was, yeah. Oh, my God. Let's preface everything. We're not gonna, even though the movie has made $1.2 billion around the world, I still feel there's a significant number of people who have not watched the movie.
I was saying, it made so much. How many people haven't seen this movie?
That's around the world, my friend.
Yeah.
It's apparently like you were mentioning right now, and right before we literally hit the buttons, it's broken all the records, and Disney put out a commercial touting all the records while also spoiling the fuck out of things that happen in the movie. It shows scenes from the final battle, which, showing things that are giant spoilers. Come on, Disney, one weekend.
I think
and it's just the arrogance of we made $1.2 billion around the world. Yeah, it broke every the domestic record. The domestic record was 350, 400 million.
Yeah, it was 500 something.
Oh, was it 500 domestic? Fuck.
Yeah.
And it was shattering records in every country. Everyone. My personal hope that this movie can dethrone
The Titanic,
the boat movie, and Avatar. I think and I hope.
Yeah.
I hope and I pray that this movie has enough legs. This movie might make more money in the second weekend than Infinity War did in its first weekend last year.
Yeah.
Which was the record. That was the box office record at the time. And it doubled it this past weekend.
Yeah.
The last year's 600 and something million was a box office record for an opening weekend worldwide, and they went and doubled it. I guess breaking everyone's hearts.
Yeah.
last March and April was enough to get everyone to buy in and watch the end game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because they were already saying that it's Thursday night alone was already 60 million.
Yeah, that was a record that was already destroying records. It made more on a Thursday night than most movies make in their opening weekend nowadays. Holy shit. God, there's so many things I want to say about the movie, but I want to respect the people. Mm-hmm. I know Ryan Rios right there. I know he's already seen the movie. He's able to. I know he's seen the movie. But I want to respect all the people, because not everyone could get the days off. Not everyone could get their hands on tickets, even though an acquaintance of mine, he works at the Harkins Theater in Cerritos. They just went freaking 72 hours straight, apparently.
A lot of AMCs were doing that, and a lot of theaters were only playing Endgame.
They weren't playing anything else. It was as Marvel, Disney and Marvel were like, yo, just put it in every fucking theater. Yeah. Obviously, I think their goal was to just set every fucking record. Yeah. I'm sure movie theaters what? We could sell more tickets? I guess in a way that's good. It kind of harkens to the original days, back when theaters would just show, one movie.
Yeah.
Or 3 movies.
Yeah.
And then the entire theater would just be that one film.
Yeah.
Back when films were not, I feel like films were not released at such a rapid rate back in the olden days.
Oh, yeah.
And then now it's there's so many movies that come out every week. That's why we have these giant multiplexes. Multiplex.
Yeah. And then...
and entire AMCs, so you have an AMC 12 or 20 is fuck it.
72 hours straight or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and so and clearly anyone who wanted to see the movie was able to, but some people have to work. Some people I think that I'm not a super duper working stiff like I used to be working 3 jobs. I just work 1 job. Yeah. And you being awesome enough to acquire us the tickets to see it at Thursday night. Oh wow, that was my poor little lady Rosa. She was loopy because normally she goes to bed at 10 and we were watching at 10:45.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I wanted to make sure I didn't see any spoilers. And you know what? Props to my friends list and all the people I follow on Twitter and all my Instagram friends. Props to all of them. No, I did not see any spoilers. Yeah. So I was much like last year when I gave everyone props for Infinity War, but please, Mr. Murray. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for you.
No.
Being a proprietor of a comic book store, that makes you a target for shitheads.
Well, see, the thing is, I have to set this up first, so because
please set up this story for our viewers here.
See, before I used to if it's something I was really excited about, like the comic book wise, I would go see it, Thursday night. But that was back when you had like midnight and stuff like that.
Yeah, like when we saw Avengers in 2012, there was no earlier showing. We saw that shit at midnight, and that theater didn't start that motherfucker until 1 a.m. We sat in those seats before assigned seating, so we had some rather unchoice seats. Yeah, it was sitting like this watching. It wasn't great.
But but that was always my thing because I was never that hardcore. Like there was certain movies like I'd have to pick and choose what the midnight one.
Right, exactly.
I was just like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. And so I remember back when was it X-Men First Class came out. Mm-hmm. I was already working here.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, something happened. I was going to go till Sunday.
Okay.
I was going to go till Sunday, and so I was here Saturday, working whatever,
minding your own business.
Yeah. And
working at a comic shop like you do.
And I remember this girl comes in and we were talking, whatever. And she said, we're talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah. She goes, have you seen it yet? I'm like, no, I'm going on Sunday. And I said, she's like, oh, cool. And I remember talking about how like Darwin was in the movie, which I thought was like, oh, it's cool. He's a modern X-Men character, one of my favorite modern current X-Men characters. And I told her that, and she's like, oh, he dies.
Some people have no tact.
Yeah. So after that, I was like, nope, I have to see these movies before
you interact. Because unfortunately, I hate to say this, but the majority of comic book people are I hate this. I mean, I hate to put just a blanket statement, but the majority of comic book / nerd people are shitheads.
Yeah. So
unless they were raised correctly or have some common sense, they're just gonna blurt out shit and be like, "I'm so excited! I don't care about your personal feelings." Ha ha ha! Hey, Luke Skywalker, his dad's Darth Vader. Dumbledore dies.
So that was always been my rule. Now it's like, no, I have to see these before.
Yeah, a lot of the nerd movies you got to see it Thursday night, Friday morning at worst.
Yeah. Gotta get out of the way. Well, it's worked so far, but this Thursday is about 6:30. It's like about to leave. I'm about to call it a day. And someone calls the store, and I'm like, all right, whatever. I answer the phone, and this guy, the minute I answer the phone, he just starts yelling, Endgame spoilers. But luckily, I mean, like I after the fact I decoded what he said, but at first I was like, what is he talking about? And then he said, then Thanos, and then I just hung
click.
Up the phone. Right?
What the fuck is wrong with people? God damn it! I guess this is probably someone or on the East Coast or maybe because the screenings didn't start super early. Right?
Yeah.
I know I saw one of my Facebook friends. She was already in the theater like at 5. Actually, the same theater that we went to, she was already in there like I guess at 5:30 for a 6 o'clock showing. And I was like, oh shit! But the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, there was all this talk that I guess it was leaked online like the Wednesday before,
really?
Tuesday before, or something like that.
Yeah, I know because people were very weary. I'm like, don't get on the internet. Yeah, I know my best friend Jai. He literally deleted the Facebook app and Twitter app off of his phone until he saw the movie Sunday. Until he saw the movie Sunday morning, he did not. He literally just uninstalled Facebook and all social media from his phone.
Because I remember, I think it was like.
He has shittier friends than I do.
Yeah, because I think it was Wednesday. I was looking something up on I did a search on YouTube for Endgame for the Fortnite stuff. I wanted to see what was going on with that, and I just saw it was like clip. It was all these clips from the movie already up, and I was like,
fucking monsters, man.
Yeah,
there's some people who are just enemies of fun. They're enemies of joy.
Yeah,
they're enemies of things that people like. And I have to go out there. Yeah. I've never heard. I think the biggest topic this past weekend, other than Endgame and Game of Thrones, was the word spoilers. I'm sure the word spoilers was trending. I'm sure on social media the entire fucking week for the.
But see, the thing is, it's kind of interesting though because there's people that are getting upset about it, and then there's people that I think they're like getting upset about for the wrong reasons. I don't know if you saw that thing. I think Kevin Smith, he did a full review. He did
a full review, and then, he put in the description, "Don't watch this video. I'm going to talk about Endgame." And there are Endgame spoilers. I guess someone clicked through, and got mad, and he freaking all those spiteful tweets, right? Wishing death upon him and his daughter, and all kinds of freaking crazy, fucking insane shit.
I I don't know. It's hard because I could feel that dude's frustration though. Because I'm sure he probably gets a lot of just random ass people.
Oh, Kevin Smith probably has to catch like the amount of shit I'm sure he catches just for being Kevin Smith. It's preposterous.
I kept reading stories about how people were driving by, people standing in line in the theater, and they were like yelling out and crap.
Blah 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 blah. I'm not even gonna make fake spoilers. It's just It's just.
And then you hear about that. I forget where it was at. Was it someone got beat up in front of a theater because he was yelling spoilers and
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's just disappointing. It's just that there's a lot of us entitled, enabled shitheads out in this world. Because all week long was Endgame, and then of course last night, Game of Thrones. I know you are not a devourer or enjoyer of Game of Thrones. Myself and Rosa, normally me and Rosa we wait till Sunday night. I was like, nah, we're putting that shit on at 6 p.m. And then she's like, it's on at 6? I'm like, nah, it's technically 9 p.m., but we got the app, so we can watch the East Coast feed. It's already at literally 6:15. It was already up on HBO Now or HBO. I guess there's two versions, HBO Now or HBO Go Now. Meow.
I think one of them is if you have HBO. And then you can use an app. The other one is individual.
You can just pay for it, which is what Rosa has been doing. She just pays for. We just pay to have the app because we don't have a cord in our house. Yeah. We have no Wi-Fi. We have no cord. We just have our phones. That is all the technology we have in our house, other than my video games. And and we watched it we waited a little. So I had to stay off of Facebook personally because we were still cleaning out. We had just got back because Sunday was Rosa's birthday, and we had a whole weekend of fun zaniness that Rosa and I had for her birthday. We had a birthday party at my mom's house. It actually went better than you could expect.
Oh, that's good.
But Sunday, so we get home on Sunday after we went out shopping and ran around all over the fine cities of Los Angeles and Pasadena and whatever. And all right, I'm like, fuck. I almost opened Facebook like a freaking room. I'm like, no. I don't trust my friends. It's just I could trust them for Endgame, but it was oh, people are gonna probably be commenting live what's happening, and because last night, let me explain it to you. No spoilers here, everyone. Again, this is gonna be no spoilers at all here. So, right now, last night's episode of Game of Thrones, it was the final battle between the living and the dead. The army of the dead has crushed through the giant wall, and they were coming towards all of our heroes were gathered in one place. Me, the strategic, I'm like, idiots! Why are you all in one place? But apparently it's a trap because there's one the figure, the Night King. He's the one he's the one who can literally raise the dead. If they can kill him, it's like a vampire. You kill him, and everyone else, I guess his sire dies or something to that effect. Yeah. And so, my big thing is fuck me. We know this show has a history of killing important people. And last night they killed a few people. That's the only spoil you be. No one super important died last night. And then there was a very awesome ninja-like kill. That's all I will say. If you're a Game of Thrones person, you didn't watch it last night. Honestly, I probably should be talking about it because if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you were watching last night. It was literally like a movie. It was an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah. It was insane, and it was just super intense. It was just a long battle, and it's funny because even in the because what they do at the end of every episode, they do kind of here behind the scenes. They like to explain things in case some stuff goes over people's heads, or they like to explain things. It took 55 days to film that episode. Oh shit! It was a movie. Yeah, it was a fucking movie, and holy shit, it was super dark. And then they explained how they wanted to break up because if they just did an hour and 20 minutes of the crazy Saving Private Ryan, everyone's fucking dying. They broke up the action. There were certain things, but it was honestly if you're invested in the show, it was a rough hour and 20. And let's see right there, Ryan Tanaka on Facebook Live. I loved it, but I got physically sick watching. Yeah, because after the episode was over, I went on Facebook. I'm like, let me see how everyone else, and everyone was just like, oh, why am I so tired after watching this? Because everyone's literally on the edge of their seat. Yeah. It was like, you'll buy the whole seat, but you'll only use the edge. Because there was this anticipation because they kept teasing that they were going to kill all these important characters. Yeah. It's like you weren't sure. I'm like, who's going to make it? Who's going to make it? Don't kill that person. No! I felt so bad for Rosa because I was just sitting there because there's this one character. He's the leader of this. There's this entire army They were raised to be soldiers since they were born. To the point where they cut off their dicks. Oh, shit. They are the unsullied. They have never seen the touch of a woman. All they know is how to fight. They are fucking machines. 100 of these guys is equal like 1,000 normal soldiers. Each of them could kill 100 dudes and fucking plow through. And then there's their leader, Grey Worm. He's like, he has learned, like ever since he's gained his freedom from being a slave, he's learned all these emotions. He's fallen in love. And I'm like, man, please don't die, Grey Worm. I literally, every time I saw him on the screen, please don't die. I think I was annoying or something like, why don't you care about anyone else? I'm like, I just care about him. He's had such a... He's like, he's so likely to die. He did that thing in the last episode you're not supposed to do. He told the woman he loves, like, once we get through this, we're going to go get a farm. Yeah. We're going to get away from this. I'm like, no, don't say that shit. You're going to die, motherfucker. Good people die in this show. Yeah. The show is predicated on good people dying. Yeah. It's an allegory for real life. Hey, you're honorable. Guess what? You'll get your head chopped off.
You're dead now.
You're dead now.
That's always like the joke that we talk about, like Walking Dead. Is whenever someone gets happy, you're like, oh, they're dead. Like,
they're gonna die.
They're gonna die. Like,
yeah, the whole episode. Every time I saw my boy, I'm like, no, don't. You're like, anytime you see someone, that means, oh shit, oh, he's gonna have a heroic fucking death. Oh no, he's gonna have a shitty death. No. Yeah. So that was Game of Thrones. There's lots of killing. Lots of death, resolution, and then there's still 3 more episodes. No, because Rose is like, where do they go from here? And I'm like, oh, blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh, we've gotten rid of the dead. Yeah. Much like we've learned in Walking Dead, it's not the dead people who you have to worry about. It's the fucking living. Yep. Brothers talking about getting out of the hood usually die. Yes. That's right, Ryan Tanaka. That's right.
That's true.
We're gonna get out the hood.
That one guy that gets the scholarship is gonna go to the big...
He got the scholarship. He's gonna get out of here. He's gonna make it, yo. He's gonna make it. Boom! Get shot in the leg. Ow! Ow! I think my favorite trope was my favorite time they made fun of that trope was in Black Dynamite. Yeah. Because the Black Dynamite's crew, like, oh, you know what? Once I'm done here, I'm getting out of the game, yo. It's gonna be blah blah blah. Head chopped off. No. It's a plot device. Yeah. So like this character doing it in the last week's episode, I was like, no, I like him so much. Mm-hmm. He's so cool. He's a death machine, but he's learned feeling. He was grown to not have feelings, but he has learned to have feelings. Well. He found a woman who's willing to accept that he'll never be able to dick her, but. He learned he has a tongue. Yeah. He has a tongue. It's not all about dicking. He has a tongue that he can use to pleasure her. So yeah, this whole it was a crazy weekend. Yeah. There's so many things I want to talk about. Endgame, because here's my blanket statement. It is not a perfect movie. Mm-hmm. If you're a nerd with a brain like mine, a brain like yours, there are certain things where like. Now wait a minute. But overall, it's the perfect bow to the arc of the story. I mean, like in general, if you like just like I said with Game of Thrones, if you've been invested the entire time, it's like with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you've been invested the entire time, going back from Iron Man 1, and you've been riding or dying with all these characters, you got a lot of satisfying character arcs through this through the in this Endgame. If I can ever remember how to use the word English. Blah! I can't speak. Not well today.
I can see that.
There's a lot of cool through lines. There's a lot of stuff like where...
It did kind of... I mean... Okay, so I don't think this is a spoiler because everyone's been reporting it, right? There's no after credits.
There's none.
There's no after credits.
No. There's literally... And then they didn't even do a mid-credits. I read what Russo said, like, basically what we saw before the credits would have been a mid-credit scene. That whole... blah 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 at the end. That's like no, like they wanted everyone to just kind of be that's the end. Yeah. Satisfying, 22, the Infinity Saga, which apparently I saw online right before we went on. You'll soon be able to pre-order the Infinity Saga on a 22 Blu-ray disc set. Soon coming to you from Disney.
But yeah, and it made sense to me because it's like, no, this is the end of it.
This is the end of a saga.
Yes, and they're not the end credits are to set up other stuff, and like And the thing is that to say this movie didn't set up some stuff? There's some stuff that's set up.
Yes, like, there are some, for those eagle-eyed people paying attention, there are some things that have, and there may be some Disney Plus things that may have been set up.
But that's what I'm wondering now, because now everyone's been always saying, everyone's been complaining about how, like, they haven't made any movie announcements, officially.
Yeah, beyond Far From Home, which is technically from Sony, in conjunction with Marvel Studios, a subsidiary.
And I'm trying to think, like, and I never. It's funny, I guess we've been so used to it for like 10 freaking years now,
knowing the roadmap.
I don't think there's going to be any more movies for a little while, like maybe like a year or two. No, because they haven't really announced anything other than like there's rumors, and then
I think we're gonna get answers about it, not at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
D23, but that is gonna be that's gonna be this year.
Yeah, because I feel like
there is a D23 this year. The D23, that's Disney's little media expo where they cash in the fandom, they cash in on their fandom.
Yeah.
Who will pay them ridiculous amounts of money to go to the Anaheim Convention Center to learn precious bits of information and maybe see some celebrities.
But as I'm telling you, I think we're not gonna, when they make announcements, I think the Disney Plus stuff is gonna fill that gap in that year or so they're gonna take off. I feel like we're not getting anything next year.
I think you underestimate their love of money, my friend.
Oh, no, but I mean, I understand that. What I think is, it's just like
WandaVision.
Yeah,
that's right, Tanaka. WandaVision. Let me put on my glasses for some WandaVision. Like Wonka Vision. Jesus,
that's a weird title. And then did you hear about how like it's supposed to be set in the 50s?
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, infinite timelines. Yeah. Why not? Who cares? It's all fictional anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck rules.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I feel like that's gonna be the thing, though. I think they're not gonna, because the rumored stuff, other than like the Shang-Chi movie, everything else sounds like too freaking huge and epic. Because even they said that the Guardians movie is gonna.
Yeah, because of their self-inflicted delay by firing James Gunn and then rehiring him.
Like, they're not going to get into production until like 2021 or something like that. And it's like, yeah, man, I really don't think it's going to be a little while.
You know, this is a corporation, right?
Yeah.
You know, this is a corporation that's founded on money.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You know that this they have stuff in plan. They've been planning beyond this. It's not going to be the neat and tidy. From a narrative standpoint, yes. Taking a breather after your giant success and then Spider-Man. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel at D23, there's probably stuff that's farther along than we're allowed to know. There's stuff that's like they're freaking filming in secret in a green screen somewhere.
I don't know, man. I feel like they figure out a way to charge everyone $70 for next year, and so I'm just saying, like, the money's already there.
Those are TV shows, my friend. See, we just it's funny because someone today on one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, I was like, "Oh, how did Iron Man 3 make $1 billion?"
Yeah.
And I was like, that was the movie that came after the biggest movie ever.
Yeah.
At that point,
yeah.
It's like it was, and I don't know if people forget, that was a year after we had Avengers, and then the following Free Comic Book Day we had Iron Man 3, and then of course that was the first movie that was heavily marketed to China. Like, I was gonna do some research. I did some research. Oh, the Avengers did come out in China, but I don't think it was heavily, not as big of a splash as like, as Iron Man 3 and then all the subsequent movies, which, as long as they tangentially had something to do with China, were allowed to be released in China.
It wasn't like Iron Man 3 where they had to film an alternate scene and
an extra 3 minutes
and a whole new character.
A mystical Chinese doctor who could remove the impossible to remove shards from his chest.
I'm surprised Disney at that point didn't like throw that into the Blu-ray. I've always been curious to watch that in those 3 minutes.
That one was like that was still a co-production between Disney and Paramount. That was still kind of like Disney had started to take the reins at that point, but the first Disney free from Paramount movie was Dark World. Oh. Mew Mew. That's all. Yes, whenever I hear Dark World, all I think in my head is Mew Mew.
Yeah. Because that's always like a weird, because without that scene, like, it's really confusing when you watch Iron Man 3. Like, it's like, wait, he could just take the shrapnel out of his heart? Like, wait, what?
Right? Yeah, this doctor could just magically do it.
Yeah, like how long has he known this guy?
Yeah, there's this doctor who could have just done it in China.
Yeah.
Who knew? Chinese medicine can't heal anything.
Yeah.
Man, I want to say so many things. Like the things I want to say about the movie, but I want to insulate those who have not seen it. I don't want to be one of those shitheads who just throws on a video on the internet and be like, "Ha, Thor." Black Widow. I'm just gonna say these words.
Just say the words.
Falcon. Captain America. Hulk.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me take a divergence from my madness here. Mm-hmm. I think just an overall, this is going to be a verbal blowjob for the Russo brothers, Stephen McFeely and Christopher Marcus, or the two screenwriters. Mm-hmm. I took the time to try to learn their names this past weekend because whenever I praise them, I always go, "Oh, the Russos and those two screenwriters." That team of four have given us The Winter Soldier. They've given us Civil War. They've given us Infinity War, and now Endgame. Mm-hmm. They are 4 for 4 in my opinion in making excellent movies. They took stories. I mean, especially in the case of Civil War, they took an okay comic book story and made it into a great movie. Yeah. Winter Soldier was a great comic book story that they made into a great movie. Yeah. And the Infinity War and the Infinity Saga, or I guess the Infinity Saga, took a complicated comic book and made it make sense across the course of 5.5 hours.
Just imagine, like, when they first get those books and they have to work on it, and they're like, "There's a troll in this?" Like
right? I mean, who's this golden guy, Adam Warlock? Yeah. And why is Gamora trying to bone him? Why is Drax so weird, but not in a good way? Drax is weird in the kind of the short bus way.
Like Thanos makes a female version of himself.
Yeah, Thanos is horny. Female Thanos with 90s requisite big boobs.
And the giant hair.
That happened.
And the giant hair.
With giant hair. Yeah. And no, she didn't have the weird chin.
No.
She didn't have the chin. She was female Thanos because at the end of the day, the Mad Titan wants to fuck himself.
That's funny. I actually had to explain that to someone the other day about how he does that. Mm-hmm. They're like, "What?" And I pulled out the book and I'm like, "There you go."
There you go. Well, I can't even remember her. She had a really stupid name too.
Yeah, and she kills Iron Man.
She kills Iron Man.
She kills Iron Man. She turns his head around.
And you just see her pounding the shit out of the fucking the armor. Yeah. Female Thanos. I can't even.
It was all honestly,
I don't even want to remember what her name was.
It's all because of the death. They didn't want him. So he was like, "Well, fuck you then."
See the original. See this modern movie version of Thanos wanted to save the universe from itself, wipe out half, make you appreciate what you have. But the Thanos in the comic book, he's just trying to get laid. Yeah. But unfortunately, the object of his desire was the living embodiment of death. Yeah. No, not Hela. No. not the MCU goddess of death. They're in the Marvel comics. There's a living embodiment of death called Mistress Death. Yeah. Not Lady Death. Not this that I noticed in this bin over here. Not Lady Death through the 90s that a lot of... You know what? I'm going to stop that thought right there because I'm about to say some very crude things. I'm like, oh, I'm glad her skin was white. Ha-ha! Easy for the teenagers to remove their evidence. Man. Mistress Death. She was like literally the person who controls the nether realm, that controls the land of the dead. Imagine the Night King, but occasionally hot.
Well, she was weird, right? Because she had like a human face, but she would just...
She'd go back and forth. Sometimes she'd have a human face that was very beautiful, and like Thanos was like, yes!
And then she'd have a skeleton face.
And then she goes, well, if she wanted to be like, show you that she didn't give a fuck, because she never spoke. She had a freaking, always had an avatar, some sort of, spokesman for her, like, speak for me! Yeah. And like, Mistress Death cares not for your bullshit. And then bring Thanos, bah! Speak to me directly or don't speak at all. And eventually he did. Further down the line, he eventually got it. Yeah. He got in there. But yeah, in the comics, he was trying to win her devotion. So she had sent, she told him, all right, wipe out half the universe and I'll think about dating you.
Yeah. And he did. And she was like,
But the problem was, all right,
he became a god, right?
He became more, so, what it was, so Thanos was like, all right, I gotta wipe out half the universe. That's gonna take a long fucking time if I just do it the old-fashioned way. what can I do? All right, let me gather the Infinity Gems. Sorry, that's always been a quibble for me.
Yeah.
They've always been Infinity Gems until some freaking. I didn't teach those publicists well enough. I don't know why they got so fixated on stones. I was teaching these publicists when I worked for Disney. I had the chance to fix it, and I didn't fix it well enough. I was there. They were asking me. I was the person that they asked Marvel questions to. And my dumb ass quit because I worked for a bitch. That's beside the point. Thanos was like, I gotta wipe out half the universe. That's gonna take me an eternity to do that if I just go around killing one person at a time or gather an army. Fuck, wiping out half a planet, that's gonna take an eternity. Let me gather these Infinity Gems.
Yeah.
I mean, I can control all of space and time, and much like in the movie, well, hell, there was a separate comic book before the actual Infinity Gauntlet where he gathered the 6 stones. It was actually pretty awesome the way he outwitted each of the possessors of these stones. Everyone had one. He outwitted them all, and he gathered them all, and then he did this cute little snap like you saw in the movie, and then that was like the second issue.
No, the first issue.
Was it the end of the first issue?
End of the first issue, yeah.
That he wiped everybody out. And he's like, because at that point he gathered the stones, and he goes back to his he snaps. Wipes. Oh no, he hadn't done it yet.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, then the Mistress Death won't speak to him. Like, why won't you speak to me? Oh wait, I'm sorry, I haven't done my job yet. My bad. All right, there you go. I did the job that you wanted. Half the universe is gone. And then the little avatar goes, well, you made a fatal miscalculation, Mr. Thanos. Before you were beneath her, but now that you have the gems, you are now stations above her.
Yeah.
She could not possibly be the consort for her supervisor. Yeah. And that's where he gets and he makes a fucking female Thanos.
And then the other thing you're forgetting is the creepy how he had Nebula half alive, half dead.
Yeah, that was pretty. I didn't forget.
Oh, okay.
That.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
Yeah, it was really creepy.
And honestly, I thought they were gonna pay. This is not a spoiler for Endgame. I totally thought they were gonna pay that off in the movie. They did, because in the comic book, Nebula gets her hands on the fucking gauntlet somehow, some way. Yeah. Nebula, half dead, because he trapped her in a half living, half dead. Like she would never die, but she would never truly live. Like torturing his granddaughter. Well, at that point, she was a granddaughter. In the movies, became daughter. But hey, you know what? Simplification. You gotta make these movies for the lowest common denominator. Yeah, that's what they had to do, unfortunately. So she got her hands on the gauntlet, and then she's like, oh, and then she was the one who undid everything in the comic book. She's like, well, you know what? Fuck you, Dad. Fuck you, Grandpa. I will undo everything. Yeah. And then she almost fucked herself over because she was like, but thankfully she still had her hand on the gauntlet. She was able to fix that. Yeah. One quick thought, I could fix it. That was in the Russos and the writers. They put a restriction on the gauntlet. Yeah. Which you saw at the end, you saw at the end of Infinity War, it hurt so much, and he goes off to be Farmer Thanos. which was the end of the Infinity Gauntlet. Which totally confused me when we saw the first film. I was like, wait, Farmer Thanos is the end. Yeah. I don't understand. And let me make another blanket statement about Endgame. I had no idea where the fuck they were going. Yeah. Yeah. Once we got to the Pete Molini, you go back to either last week's episode or the episode before. Pete Molini on this show and probably on the Wednesday show said you made a statement that was very true. Pretty much everything we saw in the trailers was the first half hour of the movie. Yeah. Up until this new trailer that came out, if you haven't watched the movie and you've seen the trailers, you haven't seen shit. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Literally, it was like the first 20-30 minutes of the the movie was everything that's in the trailers.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, there was stuff in the trailers that wasn't in the movie. Yeah. And then there was because a friend of mine, she's going to go see it tonight, and she asked me, she goes we're talking about it, she's talking about she's seen every trailer, and I was like, you haven't seen anything. Really. You
haven't seen shit.
The trailers don't tell you anything, really. You know?
Yeah, it literally gives you nothing. You know. Because Jai, he had been like, oh man, I haven't watched a single trailer, I've avoided everything, and I saw him on Saturday at Rosa's birthday party, and I was like, dude, even if you had watched the trailers, you wouldn't know a goddamn thing. Yeah. Honestly, for the first time in a long time in a comic movie, I sat there when we reached the half hour mark, and I'm like, wait, we've seen everything in the trailers, and then we have this big thing happen. I'm like, this is the first time I truly have no idea where the fuck they're gonna go. I'm like, I have no idea what's gonna happen in this movie. No. And like, I feel like that happened like every nerd watching Endgame. It's like, what are they gonna do? Wait, how? Why? Huh? What? that was because when we saw it, like that thing where like blah blah blah, and it's like thing happens, and then you're like, the collective gasp in the theater. It's like. Like it wasn't like the gasp when like everyone was dying in Infinity War. This was a different like
what?
What's going on? And it's just kind of like, and then like you're like, all right. I think everyone kind of readjusted themselves and like, okay, this is a turn that no one expected. Let's continue. And
it's funny too because like it kind of makes sense to me because I remember reading an article that Feige wanted Infinity War just to be Thanos collecting the gems, and then he wanted this movie to open with a snap, which kind of makes sense to me now. Like it was like, oh, all right, I guess, because you kind of have that transition where it does, I mean, it works better being the ending to.
Yeah, it works much better.
But
the way that they played it out now,
but the way this movie flowed, like, it makes sense. So like what you're talking about, that would have been the snap, and then it would have made it. The storyline still kind of makes sense.
It still kind of makes sense, but but still, to just kind of get where the movie went in Endgame, it's like,
and
okay, I'm like, where are we going? I'm like, okay. Like I don't even want to say anything more because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it.
And it's funny, like I'm gonna try real hard not to spoil anything, but I read this article that was really interesting about how like. These movies have become so popular and so many people want to be in them now that it's hard that it's kind of silly that they make pop culture references to stuff that have actors that are in those movies.
Yes, there was some.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
But I can't even say what they were.
I know, because that gives away a big plot point. If we start listing off some of the pop culture things they start listing off in the movie, you're like, wait a minute.
I think maybe. No, it's kind of a comment on whatever. The only one that I read I was like, oh, I didn't even fucking get that. Was they make a reference to Hot Tub Time Machine, and Sebastian Stan is in Hot Tub Time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where the fuck is he in Hot Tub Time Machine?
He's the shitty the guy who's afraid of the Russians.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
See, honestly, I have not watched that movie since I don't know if I saw that in the theaters. I think I might have watched it on. I think I bought it on Blu-ray and watched it. I'm like, oh, okay, that was a thing. That was funny.
Yeah.
He was the shitty dude that hated the Russians.
Yeah, he was afraid of the Russians, and he was all like, he was the. I don't know. He was,
oh, Bucky was that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
But I thought that was funny. It's like there's certain references they make. Pop culture references. They're like, wait, but so and so's in this movie, or was in a previous movie.
Well, as far as the movie's concerned, I mean, it can exist.
I guess, but it's kind of weird.
You have weird quibbles, my friend.
No, it's not a quibble. It's interesting that there's no other movie franchise I think that has that problem though. You know what I mean?
Fuck, I mean, in Winter Soldier, they were referencing fucking like, go watch Star Wars. So you see like Star Wars and Star Trek.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But no, I mean franchise wise, there's no other franchise that has that problem where there's so many people in these movies.
It's not necessarily a problem,
but it's weird.
I'm sure they mentioned fucking Butch Cassidy, son as kid. You got fucking Robert Redford, Alexander Pierce. It's fine.
It's just weird, man. I'm just saying, it's just weird.
Oh, old man Molina. Everything can be neat and tidy. It's such an expensive. This is 11 years.
Yeah.
That we've been dealing with this with the Marvel Studios. So I guess this is year 11.
Yeah.
The 10th year began with Infinity War, and this was like the summation of the 10th year. Now we've gone into year 11, which you presuppose will have no other movies other than Far From Home.
I think so, man. I think so. And
I don't know, man. They like money. Yeah. I think Free Comic Day next year is gonna be something.
I don't know.
They can't just give up like. Even if they don't make $1 billion on whatever comes out next year, whatever they have in pre-production in a secret green screen studio that only fucking 20 people know, because they've managed to freaking they've implanted explosives into each person. If something leaks out, everyone's head will explode. That's like the only way they could probably keep it a secret.
Yeah,
it's rough. The fuck's going on outside?
I don't know. That's weird.
Leave my rental car alone.
What was I gonna say? I forgot, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think that I think it's gonna be a thing, man. I think we're gonna take a year off. I think it's happening.
No, they this weird mortgaging to try to force people to subscribe to Disney Plus. Because those shows aren't going to be immediately on Disney Plus.
No, they're going to be out next year. I'm telling you, there's like this is how
because Disney Plus comes out this November.
Yeah, those shows are not going to be out till next year. So this is how.
So you think Free Comic Day next year we're going to get a WandaVision and
probably
and freaking Falcon and Bucky and freaking what are the other shows? Freaking Loki
and then the What If.
And what if you think that's going to be the Band-Aid?
Yeah.
To replace all the money.
Think about it, man. Marketing wise, like
if you want your Marvel, you better subscribe to Disney Plus because fuck you. That's why.
Pretty much, man.
You run a fair argument, but still. It's not going to be internationally released, this app, right?
Probably. It's Disney. I mean, who knows?
Everyone has it because there's still distribution issues. Yeah. I'm sure one of the biggest markets that you want to get into, China, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be day one in China. They have to. I don't know if they're going to be able to squeeze by all those a lot of Disney movies.
All those Winnie the Pooh movies.
I mean, yo, they're going to have to restrict the shit out of that. Or else the Grand Emperor of fucking China, President. Yeah. Winnie the Pooh, he's gonna be pissed. All his poo content all over his goddamn. That they won't be able to access that.
No, probably not.
Because isn't there like a Chinese Netflix that only has like freaking specifically curated by the government?
I think all countries have their own Netflix.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying that there's a Chinese government curated Netflix.
Did you read that article?
Where Ip Man is not allowed to be released ever.
Did you read that article about how I guess in China, there's a small little thing. Again, it's not a spoiler, but there's this. I'm kind of surprised about this. Okay, they're saying that that in the movie. This is the first reference to a gay character in the MCU. Well,
yeah, it's we call it when so and so is at the thing of the blah blah blah.
But what I'm saying,
I was like, I hit the brakes in my head so hard right now. Don't say what you're about to say, Dre.
But I was reading that apparently in China that scene's not in the movie.
Not shocked.
Yeah, right.
I'm not shocked. They have a pretty good. They have a pretty good handle on the censoring everything.
Yeah, but I'm kind of surprised because maybe it was just heavily implied. Wasn't it implied that Valkyrie
is from the island of Lesbos?
Yeah, wasn't she
I think she's fluid when it comes to that.
Yeah, possible, but
because wasn't the joke is she fucked Hulk in Ragnarok at some point?
Yeah.
Her and the Hulk had a little tussle. They had a cuddle with a struggle. I thought that was heavily implied.
Yeah.
And then she was very disappointed when she saw freaking Bruce Banner. Like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I fuck this.
But I don't know. That's something I was reading about that. And then I guess a lot of people were very upset about that. And it's well, it's China. I mean, they do stuff like that.
Hey, man, it's different societies, man. We were talking about this when we were talking about how they banned, a week or two ago, we were talking about how they banned certain things in video games. Can't have gambling. Yeah. Can't have dismemberment. No, it's there's certain things, man. People understand this whole freedom of speech thing that we have over here.
Yeah.
It's very different than the rest of a lot of other countries. They don't have any free. The freedom of speech is it's not what you people think it is.
No. What they would say it's not the freedom of consequences.
Yeah, it's not freedom of consequences. Yeah. You're allowed to say stupid shit.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
But you have to be prepared.
Yeah.
to suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
Over there, if you think about saying something, you get a black bag over your head and find a ditch somewhere. It's what? I'm just trying to get to Facebook. Fuck you, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're going to jail for the rest of your life.
It's it's funny. I was reading about this how in other countries, the show Steven Universe.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, I bet that show can't play anywhere.
Oh yeah. So the funny thing is, you know what? It does talk about same-sex relationships.
Yeah,
but it's not very blatant about it.
It's not heavy-handed.
Yeah.
It's very lightly implied. It's something in there like a lot of modern cartoons.
Yeah,
they appeal to kids, but also they freaking slide shit in there for the adults.
Yeah.
It's real, it's zip over kids' heads. Much like when I watched Spaceballs and I saw Virgin Alarm, no clue what the fuck that meant.
So, I was reading about how
I bet she gives great helmet. I didn't understand what the fuck that meant when I was a child. Do I understand now it's a fellatio joke? Yes. Yeah. When I was fucking however old I was, 7. She gets a great helmet? What does that mean? I don't understand. What about her in helmets?
So there's this one character that's literally a fusion of 2 characters. Mm-hmm. And in other countries, when they come apart, right? In other countries, they have a male voice actor for one of them. Mm-hmm. They kind of just be like, "Oh no, it's a guy and a girl." Like, mm-hmm. They play. Well, in the finale, these 2 characters got married.
Okay.
And so the one that's always been the one that other countries they say is a male, mm-hmm. they put her in a wedding dress. And like it was kind of like, well, how are you gonna fix this now? Like,
get around this, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I just thought that was really funny.
That means they'll never show the episode.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
That entire episode has been banned.
Yeah.
Banned the ban hammer.
But yeah, I just think it's so ridiculous, man. People get
butthurt, man.
Yeah.
You know, a bunch of nerds were getting butthurt today.
Yeah.
We'll round the corner with this. You sent me a photo today.
Yeah, I did.
I had not seen it. Literally, when you sent it to me, I did not see it until I texted you back. And I looked at it, I'm like, the fuck is this? I thought it was some sort of photoshopped, joke.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we're getting a Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. Mm-hmm. And I guess I've done no research. All I saw was the shitty looking movie poster. And we have Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Mm-hmm. One. Oh my God. What?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey? I mean, honestly, I'm going to go on a really far limb here. Mm-hmm. I am more offended by this than Will Smith as the genie. As an old nerd, I find this much more bothersome than Will Smith, Mr. Aladdin, sir.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
You find one of the skinniest, gauntest, skeleton-looking motherfuckers on God's green earth, and you're going to make him Dr. Robotnik, you ain't something going to CG a fucking... You're going to make that fool into Dr. Robotnik, or we're just going to have skinny Robotnik yet.
No.
I don't know if you've ever seen an image of Dr. Robotnik. Yeah. Head that goes into body, he looks like an egg, and he's called Eggman, but for whatever reason in America they call him Dr. Robotnik. Don't know why. Translation problems. Yeah. Eggman. Dr. Eggman. They eventually just started calling him Eggman later on. And jumped Robotnik. But head that goes into body. Tiny skinny arms, tiny skinny legs. Yeah. They got the arms and the legs right. But from that image I don't see a rotund ball of a man. A man who has never seen a buffet that he did not like. Yeah. A man who has skipped both arm and leg day. Wow.
Yeah.
A friend of mine said, man, this movie's going to get 0 Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like,
no,
someone's going to like
it. People don't like it.
Because I've seen that the reactions have been like 50-50. Like, some people love it, and some people are like me, like, the fuck is this?
What does it do with Sonic? Have you seen the Sonic pictures?
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
They tried to make him look like real life, so it's like fur instead of quill. I mean, like, I always like the nice, he's blue.
Yeah.
The spikes, those kind of represent the hedgehog quills. Yeah. I don't need to see photorealistic Sonic the Hedgehog. That's weird.
There was another leaked poster from a couple months ago where I guess someone took a picture of it in the offices, and it's from his point of view, he's looking down at the Golden Gate Bridge. He's sitting on top of the Golden Gate Bridge. He's gonna run down the thing, whatever. And all you can see is his legs, and he had these really buff legs, and it was kind of creepy.
This is why Nintendo's not a lot of movies have been made since Super Mario Brothers, because you made a very apt comparison. This movie is going to be the Super Mario Brothers of this current generation.
Oh, Dr. Robotnik looks like straight out of that movie.
That was your first response. Looks like the Super Mario. It looks like he's straight out of that terrible Mario Brothers movie that came out when we were children. At the height of the NES.
You know what's funny? This is years ago. Francis had said one time we were eating, and she said something. She's like, they should make a Super Mario Brothers movie. And I'm like, they did.
And she's like, bullshit.
And she's like, what? And then I showed her the trailer, and she goes, what's that?
That is exactly the correct response to what is that? That was incredibly terrible.
Yeah.
Poor John Leguizamo drank so much. Didn't he like drink a lot because of that movie?
Both of them.
And then Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins broke his hand the first day of filming, and so that's why if you notice, I never noticed that I read that story. That he's like constantly, his hand doesn't move. He just kind of like
broken hand.
Yeah.
Poor Bob Hoskins busted up his hand. Oh yeah, then Samantha Mathis and Dennis Hopper. Fuck. And a bunch of rubber suit motherfuckers. The Goombas. The fuck. That always, even as a child, that bothered me immensely. The Goombas were these giant motherfuckers with tiny heads.
Yeah. Well,
little tiny dinosaur Yoshi.
Yeah.
Because fuck you.
Yeah, a lot of people signed down because of Dennis Hopper. Like, he was the first one to get cast. But there's a whole documentary.
King Koopa.
There's a whole documentary about that movie, the making of that movie. And it's really fascinating because apparently there was these artsy, I want to say like German directors who were working on this movie. And then Dennis Hopper was like blown away by their concept. And they started working on the movie, and then the studio was like, nope, they got rid of them and brought in these other people. And they were just kind of stuck. We're just like, all right. Like, oh.
So all this weird conceptual stuff was from these German directors. Yeah. And then Ron Howard got brought in.
Yeah.
The equivalent of Ron Howard was brought in to kind of like, all right, here's your mess. Yeah. We've already spent a lot of money. Can't spend any more. Good luck.
Yeah, figure it out.
Because wasn't that like fucking some shitty fucking studio? Wasn't it like New Line?
Something like that. Like
some Calico studio?
Yeah, something like that.
I almost want to research it, but I kind of don't.
Yeah.
But we'll see this trailer tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh boy, maybe I'll do an Instagram TV of my reaction to this trailer. I'm sure it's not going to be good. If you're telling me buff leg Sonic, fucking normal looking Dr. Robotnik, he's supposed to be a big ball. That's probably the charm of the game. Looks so cool. It's such a cool game.
Yeah.
But then,
it's so weird. Like in 2019, though, we're getting a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Like, is he still that popular? Like, is he still?
The game still come out. I mean, it was funny. Like the most popular Sonic game that came out recently was a remake, or it was like a fan remake of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It was called Sonic Mania, and it's literally it was. If you loved original Sonic, then this game is for you.
No,
that game came out and did. I bought it digitally for my Nintendo Switch, and it came out. They eventually released a physical copy across all systems, and it did really well.
Yeah.
Like a year or two, I think they put out Sonic Forces. I don't know what that was, but.
I
know we have it at my job. You can get it from Dusty Games.
I just remember was it the Sonic and Mario Olympics or whatever?
No, yeah, they were releasing those on the regular.
Yeah.
I don't know if they kept doing those. I'm not.
I just remember seeing one of the cover art and they were doing track. And it's Sonic and Mario, and I was like, dude, Mario, what are you doing? Like, you're gonna lose.
You're out of your element.
You're out of your element, yeah.
If it was high jumping, then you got Sonic.
Yeah.
I think you got him there. I think you could stand up to him there, but like 100-yard dash, I mean, come on.
What are you
Seriously.
doing? What are you doing?
Seriously.
It's like yourself.
Yeah. Hold down B all you want, Mario. You're a fat Italian plumber. That's a hedgehog genetically modified for speed. I don't know if it was in the original comic book or no, in the original game. There was a comic that was made that explained because Sonic was just a regular old brown hedgehog that just ran at normal speed, and then Dr. Robotnik, he looked normal. Actually, the original Robotnik looked normal. Yeah. Hey, maybe that's what that photo is. Maybe that's normal Robotnik making. You know what? Maybe like everyone else on the internet, I'm jumping to conclusions. Maybe that's normal Robotnik experimenting on brown Sonic the Hedgehog, and then he did some sort of like speed wave experiment on him, and I'm blue now. What the hell? I need some shoes that like absorb friction, and then like the same experiment exploded, and then it turned. I was like, it was like the inversion of Robotnik. It was like Tokobor or whatever. Yeah. Tokobor. Oh, Dr. Tokobor. And I am not Dr. Tokobor. I'm now Dr. Robotnik. Kintobor or something like that. I was like, oh god. And they inverted it, and then he got really fat. Like, the experiment warped him too. Like, I must kill you. Look, I have tiny little spaghetti arms and a giant egg body. And hence the rivalry was born. the rival that will never end until they were both put into Mario and Sonic in the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Or Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing and all these other games. Yeah, you know what? Sonic games, the older Sonic games still do really well. Yeah. At least if you go to @Dusty Games, you can get all these older Sonic games. One of my favorites is Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. That still has a Sonic 3 with all the original Michael Jackson music.
Oh, nice.
Which you cannot get anymore right now on any of the modern consoles. But if you have an Xbox 360 or a PS3, you can get Sonic's Ultimate Collection, and that'll have that Sonic 3 and Knuckles with the music.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering because like Sonic movies, a Sonic movie would probably be made for like you.
Yeah, it's literally made for anyone over the age of 35.
Not a child. Right? I don't know how many children know who Sonic the Hedgehog is.
Yeah, because maybe.
I mean, there's comics, but.
I mean, the games have still been coming out. I don't know if people still buy them for kids. I mean, there was only ever one like T-rated Sonic game. It was called Shadow the Hedgehog, where like this other experimented on Hedgehog. He's black and he has a gun. Wait a minute. Fucking, that's racist. Why did the black hedgehog have to have a gun?
His name is Shadow.
His name is Shadow. The fuck is that shit? That's fucking racist. In honor of my friend G-Sun. That's racist. Yeah, he had like a fucking Uzi. The game came out on the GameCube, the PS2, and the original Xbox. Shadow the Hedgehog. Like it's just a Sonic but black with a machine gun. I don't use my spins. I use bullets.
That's weird, man.
I mean, because if you told me like 2019 we were gonna have a
Sonic the
Hedgehog movie, and then we had like if you told me I'd be more excited for a Pikachu movie over a Sonic movie like 10, 15 years ago, I'd be like, oh bullshit. There's no way I'd be more excited for a Pokemon movie over Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic's cool. Fast forward 2019. I'm really into this Detective Pikachu. Yeah. Every trailer keeps coming out. I'm like, this is fucking interesting. Yeah. I am fucking fascinated. I'm in. Sonic Hedgehog. Ooh, yikes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we still see the trailer. It could be cool.
I know. I was ready to shit on Bumblebee, but that turned out to be okay. Mm-hmm. I still haven't seen it. I'm waiting for it to show up on Amazon or Netflix or wherever. Yeah. Wherever that shit is destined to land. If it lands on HBO, then I can be like, honey, let's put on Bumblebee and see if this is any good. Yeah. After we finish 8 seasons of Game of Thrones. She's still, my lovely lady Rosa, she's still working her way. Like she's watching all the current episodes. She's quitting, to quote her, she's Quentin Tarantino in this shit. No. And it's been working out. It's been working out splendidly, actually. It's been like, I was telling someone Saturday at her birthday party, I'm like, it's been working out because shit, like the stuff that we see relates to stuff happening in these episodes. Like we see Arya, like we see these two characters, Arya and Gendry, like they're hanging out like in season 2, and then they're boning in season 8. Like, hey, cool. There's payoffs. She's getting much faster payoffs. Yeah. But then again, there's times where I'm like, I can't tell you why. And then Rosa responds, it's not evil enough to be on HBO. Well, you never know. They have Sesame Street on HBO. Of course, they're helping to fund it now, but since PBS can't afford to fund it on its own,
because
HBO funds it. They still show on PBS, right? But it's just funded by HBO, or they show old episodes. They show episodes 4 weeks later. Is this some sort of like staggered bullshit?
That'd be kind of funny.
Oh, God, Joanna, yes, you make a very valid point. I wonder how Tails would look. If they include Tails, it's going to be weird. They have to make him cute, but I don't know what these designers will think is cute.
And then it's going to be like Justin Timberlake is the voice of Tails. Or like
I actually would not be opposed to that. Justin Timberlake was the voice of Boo Boo.
He was the voice of Boo Boo.
He was the voice of Boo Boo.
Yeah.
Hey, Boo Boo.
See, my big thing...
Hey, Sonic.
My whole thing though,
he'll just do the boo-boos.
Yeah, it's always weird when they adapt stuff that's not like really meant to be adapted. Like, so you know it's gonna be like, oh, the rings are gonna be some kind of power source that they have to steal or something.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, they're not just. He's not gonna get hit by something that explode with rings. Right. This is gonna be a bag he's gonna have to carry. Yeah. And they might do it where he just drops the bag. Like, oh, you get spotted, drops the bag, and you hear that noise just to appease old men like me. Like, all right. That's fine. That's fine. I'll allow it.
I get that reference.
I got that reference.
You know what I mean? Like I always find it weird when they adapt stuff like that. It's like, because I was reading this thing about how like, oh, the studios want to make a Fortnite movie.
What? How? Why? How?
And that's the problem, is that a lot of these screenwriters are like,
there's no plot.
Yeah, like how do you make? And then Thanos shows up. You're like, wait, what? Like,
the plot of there is no plot to Fortnite. The plot of Fortnite is murder everyone you see.
But I'm saying though, it's like,
it'll be like that shitty gamer movie that came out with fucking Gerard Butler and fucking Dexter.
No, but I think there's
fuck you, Hollywood.
There's a crazy enough writer out there who's like, I'll take a shot at that. You know?
Yeah, they made a Warcraft movie. That movie killed in China, but that movie died here in America. I'm sure in China, why didn't they make another Warcraft movie? Because it didn't make shit over here. They spent a fuck ton of movie. They oh wow, people love World of Warcraft. They definitely want to watch a movie. There's no, I mean, I think there's more of a plot in Warcraft than there is in fucking Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite, dance, piñatas, death, murder each other.
But here's the thing though, like.
Hold on, I gotta give Rosa credit for this. Sesame Street has the count. A vampire, evil. I gotta give my lady credit for that one. There is some evil. I mean, there's also Oscar the Grouch. Yeah. If there isn't anyone who embodies total evil, it's Oscar the fucking Grouch. I stand corrected. Sesame Street is evil. That's why it's on HBO.
What was that old Chappelle bit of Oscar the Grouch? Where he's not evil. He's just poor. Like,
that's right.
He's like, they stay with Oscar. He's like Grouch. He's the poorest motherfucker on Sesame Street.
Everyone else living in a house and he's living in a trash can. Of course he's gonna be a Grouch. Wouldn't you be mad if everyone just came and dumped their shit in your home?
Yeah, you see something about like Sesame Street's fucked up because it makes you it teaches you to ignore homeless people.
That's true. I think is that from Killing Them Softly?
Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't from a show. It was from one of his stand-up specials. Again, ignore the poor motherfuckers. Just dump the shit on his head. What do you think he's gonna fucking? No wonder he's gonna motherfuck you all day. Oscar the fucking Grouch.
Wait, okay, but real quick. But if they made a nonsense, a Fortnite movie that made no sense. That movie would make money though, right?
That's the sad thing.
Right?
It would. Every child would want to go see it.
Yeah.
They'll take their cell phones and their Nintendo Switches and their tablets. They'll be playing Fortnite while watching the movie. Spending their V coins on the fucking game. One of my coworkers, like, he's just old enough to not understand Fortnite, but just young enough to not understand full total economics.
Yeah.
He's like, why do they sell, like, cause at work we have this Fortnite. It's in a box, but there's no game inside. There's just a code, so you can get a snowsuit and a bunch of coins.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why do they do this?" I'm like, "Because they've solved a great mysterious riddle. How do you get people to spend money on nothing? Fortnite.
Yeah, pretty much.
The greatest capitalist scheme has succeeded. They literally are spending money on nothing."
And then like just the merchandising alone, man, I can imagine like for Christmas, Dre's nephew's really into Fortnite, so we had to go shopping for stuff, and I was like, there's fucking toys. So much stuff. Man.
There's toys, all the different outfits. Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't made freaking like Barbie like dolls of Fortnite where you can just change the outfits. But then maybe evil corporate America, we don't want to teach boys to play with dolls.
Yeah, there's like
buy these action figures.
There's like Nerf guns. They're shaped like the guns in the game, and it's like that's crazy, man.
I thought it was bad enough when in Minecraft they had the little foam swords and the boxes and whatever. You can put on the helmet where you look like the fucking creeper or whatever.
The Minecraft that tripped me out because I remember I didn't understand any of that, and then I remember one day being at Frankenson's and seeing people selling cardboard boxes for like $25 a pop. And there was a line of people buying these cardboard boxes. Like,
P.T. Barnum said it best. A fool and his money will soon be part of. Oh, there's a sucker born every minute. Yeah. I forgot who said a fool and their money will soon be part of it. It might have also been P.T. Barnum. That guy was ahead of his time.
Yeah. But that's fascinating, man.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Stupid Fortnite.
Yeah, make that movie. It's gonna happen.
Oh God, that would.
It's gonna be.
Well, they made a movie out of Angry Birds, so you know what? Hollywood has no scruples.
Yeah.
For every fundamentally awesome experience like we get of Endgame, we're gonna get a fucking. There's what's the other Ugly Dolls that's
Ugly
out
Dolls,
right.
Yeah.
That's coming out right now, and they're getting.
Yeah.
There's an Angry Birds 2 movie coming out because it made enough money.
Yeah, and Jason Sudeikis needs more money.
Most actors need more money.
Yeah.
Oh man, so I hate to drag out the show even further, but you made me think of something else. Last week I was listening to WTF podcast. Mark Maron. He was interviewing the voice of Lisa Simpson.
Oh. Yeah.
And like you would think, right? This is a voice on The Simpsons. You'd think, oh, an incredibly successful career. No, in her mind, no.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
She has Simpsons. She has fuck you money.
Yeah.
But like, that's literally all she's known for. Is just Lisa Simpson. Like she was an actor before that. She was in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny that she was talking about how like all this voice acting, because she had done other voice acting, but nowadays voice acting is so fucking tough because there is no more hiring these. I mean, maybe there's like 10 voice actors that they go to. But now, because all these famous people do voices, and it's not even just movies; it's TV shows and whatever other projects. They go to a famous person first before they go to a person who's professional. She was saying the same thing happened to her in sitcoms. She used to be the best friend of the main character, but once more famous people started doing TV, because you think back to TV in the 80s, like, oh yeah, Tom Hanks was in Bosom Buddies, but he was a nobody at that point. He had become a movie star. You started in TV, and maybe if you got lucky, you would advance past that. But it was very few and far between. John Stamos stayed John Stamos for the rest of his life. Tim Allen tried to become a movie star, found out no. His peak was Galaxy Quest, okay? Yeah. Oh, sorry. The Santa Claus. No disrespect, sorry. Those movies made a lot of money for Disney and Tim Allen.
Yeah, Tim Allen. They made 3 of them, I mean.
They made 3 of them. So, the Escape Clause.
Escape Clause. And Mrs. Claus, or was it?
The Mrs. Claus. But she was talking about how she used to be the main character's best friend, but once they started getting more TV, whatever stench TV had in the 90s, and then all famous people started doing TV, then her and all these other people who were TV people got relegated to be, they went from person's best friend to person in the supermarket, or wacky neighbor who shows up once in a while, and it's like made me think, fuck, it's like all this, these Angry Birds movies, it's just a bunch of famous people going in and doing fucking ADR. They just fucking sit in a fucking studio for like a couple hours, record a bunch of lines, and then get out. Yeah. Jason Sudeikis collecting some money, and Pitbull. Fuck. And it made me think, it's like when she was talking about that and voice acting and regular acting, I was like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, the system is all wacky and shit like that.
And it's weird too, because you think about it, like I feel like streaming didn't have that stigma, because like out the gate there was like some like big name people doing streaming shows.
Sort of, but like now it's like,
well, now
you didn't have A-list movie stars doing it out the gate. Now it's like you got freaking. They're all in. Yeah. Like, I was tripping out. Rosa was showing me how there's this show that she watches on HBO called,
Oh, the Little Liar.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah. There's a bunch of fucking big-time people in that fucking show. I was like, what?
Kidman and Reese Witherspoon.
And freaking, lady who, shitload of Oscars.
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep, yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Holy shit! Like cable, like doing a cable show now. Yeah, back in the day, it's like no. I feel like a lot of like these TV people were relegated to Dream On and Arliss and all those old shows on HBO. HBO's always been doing shows. Once The Sopranos hit, then it became a big deal.
Well, no, because even if you go like you look at something like Tales from the Crypt, they always had like movie stars on those.
Yeah, freaking movie stars.
But they were like
Dennis Miller's not a movie star.
No, I know not the movies. The show itself.
The show itself.
Yeah, like Schwarzenegger came out in an episode.
Really?
Michael J. Fox and.
I never watched Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, the Crypt Creeper always fucking creeped the fuck out of me.
Yeah, there was a lot of like big name actors. But I think how they
because it was an anthology.
Yeah, but
they weren't committing to. Yeah, that's the thing. It wasn't the 10-episode commitment. Also, that's the other thing that Yeardley Smith mentioned on the podcast. Like, because now it's no longer a 9-month commitment.
Yeah.
Because old sitcoms you had to do 22 of those, and so shit, that's 9 months. Like nowadays all these shows have taken on the British model of like we're only gonna do 6 episodes or 10 episodes. Oh, that's only like 3 months out of your life. Now that's where all these bigger stars now. Oh, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can summer in the Caymans and then come back and then shoot a couple months of the show on the streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see that we're freaking fucking Julia Roberts has a fucking Amazon show, right?
Yeah. And then that's crazy, man. This is just. The world's changed, man.
Yeah, man. Everything changes and advances. It's weird and crazy. Sometimes for the better, sometimes, or I feel like more often for the worse.
That's what I was talking to my parents about that the other day too. About how like it's not even like when we were growing up. It was like, oh, you get on TV, it's like a big deal.
Oh yeah.
But now it's like, no, you get Instagram famous and you get YouTube famous. Like,
apparently that's the bigger deal.
Yeah, that's the bigger deal.
And but it's not aimed for us.
Yeah, no, it really isn't.
It's not aimed for us. My coworker Richard, he's in his 20s, and he talks about all these like YouTubers and streamers, and I'm like, I'm turning 40 this year, and I feel like I'm getting further and further away. I understand the plight of my parents now. I get it now. You do age out. It doesn't matter how hard I try to cling on to these video games and all this media. Oh no, you age out. Pretty soon I'll only be able to keep up with the lowest common denominator shit. God damn it. This whole streaming thing, this whole Twitch thing, I can't figure it out. I'm an old man now. Big 4-0 in a couple months. Wow.
Yeah, well.
All right. You know what's funny? This morning I was like, fuck, man. If we're not going to spoil Endgame or spoil Game of Thrones, how the fuck are we getting an hour today? Looks at clock, hour and 10 minutes. Somehow, that's what we do here at Dre's Geek Philosophy. If you want more of our content, at Dre GP Podcast. If you enter that into Facebook, that'll take you to our Facebook page. If you're watching on Twitch, or you're watching or listening on the podcast. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, if you're listening on Stitcher, if you're listening on SoundCloud, if you're listening on those devices, I will eventually try to figure out how to get this thing on Spotify. I guess I need to make a Spotify account.
Yeah.
I don't understand Spotify. Rose understands Spotify, but I don't. If you want to watch episodes of the show, if you're watching us right now on Facebook Live, hey, most of them are there. If you're watching us on Twitch or listening to us, and you can see all of our episodes on Facebook, on our Facebook page at Dre GP Podcast. If you enter that into the search engine on Facebook, or you could go to our YouTube page. A lot of our classic episodes are available on there, and a whole bunch of our recent episodes are available on there as well. Give us a sub. Help us out. We have 3 subscribers. Give us more, please. Please, sir. Can I have another? Hey, whoever is our next like on Facebook, you will be our 200th like.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah! We have a lot of follows. But hey, like us.
Like us.
That way you'll get all of our videos. That way, if you like us, you get our videos on Wednesday nights. Mm-hmm. If you like comic books, Wednesday nights is where we talk all about comics, where Pete Malini does his show, the Multiverse Comics Show. We listen to us talk about comic books, and we talk about comic book news. And apparently someone has already responded to my follow us on Facebook, and his response is no.
That's
sure. Well, you're watching right now, buddy, so we gotcha. We've already won the war here.
Yeah.
If you're watching us and you're replying, then you've already lost the battle. We've won the war. Be sure to catch us on Wednesday nights, 8:30 Pacific time, right here on Facebook Live. It's only done on Facebook Live, and will will eventually wind up on YouTube once I catch up on downloading all these from Facebook and uploading them to YouTube. A very fun process. Mm-hmm. No, it's not.
It takes a good time.
It depends on our internet connection. Sometimes they download fast. Sometimes it takes a long time. Yeah. Our video game show will be starting soon. I don't know if it's going to start this weekend because I will be busy at Lucha Vavoom! Myself and my lovely fiance, she set it all up. She got into Lucha Vavoom, and then now I'm going to be at Lucha Vavoom. I'm going to be security. I'm going to have a shirt that says Seguridad. That's security in Spanish. I will be protecting the pro wrestlers and the dancers because I am bigger than 90% of them. I'm a big man. I stepped on the scale at work the other day, and they're all like, "Oh, you're 220." I'm like, "Ha ha ha, fools! I'm a brick shit house. I am made of metal." I was way more than 220. I don't look it, but I am a brick shit house, and I'm gonna knock over anyone who tries to get into the Lucha Vavoom dressing room. No, if you are not a wrestler, you can catch the forearm, or you can catch the elbow, you can bionic elbow in tribute to, because one of the inspirations. What I'm really excited about this weekend. I'm probably gonna be talking about it a lot next Monday. I'm gonna have the chance to meet one of the inspirations of podcasting. The guy, like one of the two inspirations, because Mark Maron was one inspiration. The other inspiration, Colt Cabana. Yeah, he is gonna be there managing a wrestler, Matt Classic. He'll be there, so I'm gonna have a chance. He's gonna be there all 3 nights. I'm gonna be working all 3 nights. I'm gonna annoy him. I'm gonna try to get a video of me and him. It's not gonna be live because the reception at the mine is gonna be terrible. I'm gonna try to get a video with him. That's my goal. I'm gonna get a video with him. We're gonna talk about podcasting. I'm gonna gush about how he's one of my inspirations. How I listen to every episode of his podcast, which is true. I have listened to every episode of his podcast, and I'm gonna try to get a video of him. And then the dream goal, I try to get on his podcast because the way he does his podcast now, he records at the shows. He kind of does a diary of his, like, that's the dream goal. Yeah. I'm not expecting to get this because usually he only does wrestlers or employees. Technically, I'm an employee of Lucha Vavoom. No, so maybe there's like a 0.5% chance. So I'm going full, Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance to try to get on his podcast.
There you go.
If I can mention Dre's Geek Philosophy on this podcast, we'll be raking in that freaking Harry's and Dollar Shave Club money. Ooh, it'll be coming. This show will pay for itself someday.
There you go.
If you want to help pay for the show, Patreon will be set up soon. I don't know when. No. As soon as I keyboard catted out. Okay. But I cut myself off. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to do the video game show this weekend because I'll be busy with Lucha Vavoom. But you know what you can do? You can come down here on Saturday. If you come to where we record both of our shows, all of our shows, we record almost all of our shows here. It'll be Free Comic Book Day. Mm-hmm. This Saturday. The first Saturday in May is always Free Comic Book Day. It's Pete Molini.
Star Wars Day.
Star Wars Day. Yeah, it's a conflagration of many things. The streams are crossing. Yeah. May the 4th be with you. It's Free Comic Book Day. Come down here. There are free comic books, but I highly encourage you to not just get the free comics. Yeah. Buy comics. This is a very important day for comic shops. Buy a comic. It's not going to kill you. Mm-hmm. Certain comic books are free. It's free. There will be certain books that will be free. That will be designated free. There will be sales. Yeah, there'll be sales. Stuff that might not be full price. Might be. We'll have some percentages off. Yeah. Pete will figure that out and post it on his Facebook, post it on his social media at Nostalgic Comics, at Nostalgic_Comics, or at East LA Cape. Mm-hmm. He's in charge. He's the boss. We listen to him.
Do we? Okay.
we humor him.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I listen to you. I try to. Best I can. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for give us a like. Give us a follow. Give us a subscription on YouTube. Give us a follow on Twitch. Hit subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a comment. Leave a comment. Because I listen to a lot of podcasts now. Rate, review, subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud. However you want to consume this, either with your eyes or with your ears. Please help the show. Help us. Help get more content to you. Mm-hmm. Video game content coming soon. Good news on that front. I have found these amazing cables that make. Remember when one night I was testing out the PS2 and it looked like shit? Yeah. My boss showed me these cables that are available on Amazon. Fucking fixes all that shit. Even if it's an old ass fucking PlayStation 2 from 18 years ago. Yeah. It makes it look good on high definition TVs. There you go. Holy shit! You'll see that shit when we get our show and my shit together. When the Gaming with Dre or TBA, title TBA. Yeah. Coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you guys on Wednesday for the Multiverse Comic Show. Have a good night. Boop. Bye-bye. Twitch away.